Alright, so today we are building a very budget computer to take with me to my village. Now, this village of mine is actually a very mountainous place with various wild plants and animals. It is located 1100 meters above sea level, and just to give you guys an idea about how cold the weather gets in this village, let me just say that it was literally snowing here in May. More on that later, but for now let's talk about the PC and basically everything that I will have to deal with once I arrive to my village. Here's the specs of the computer. Why not better? Well, the short answer is that I cannot afford it. I will be slowly upgrading this PC, but for now this is what I will be working with. Besides, the power is kinda unstable there, and I also wanna take into consideration that if something goes wrong, I don't wanna lose too much. I'm talking about the short circuit somehow killing one of the components inside the PC. So with all that in mind, I chose this really budget configuration that will pretty much be enough to browse the internet and keep in touch with you guys through the social media. Speaking of which, the internet speed is just unbearably slow here. Like, I was literally having trouble with watching a live stream at 720p resolution. Hope that gives you an idea about just how bad it actually is. But I already contacted a new internet provider and I'm gonna have a way better internet really soon that not only will be enough to watch a live stream at any resolution, but it will also allow me to upload videos from my village. At which point I will also upgrade the CPU and probably the GPU as well, and I will be able to edit the videos directly from the village and not have any downtime while I am away from my main editing PC. So at this point we are pretty much done building this computer. I've already tested everything beforehand so that I didn't have to deal with any unforeseen issues, and we're just gonna give it one last boot. The OS and the drivers are already installed here, so it should load into Windows right away. And there we go. Our little PC is pretty much ready to go. So I'm gonna go pack this all up and come back to you guys from the village itself. Fast forward a few hours and we are finally here, in a village called Sadgeri. It's a few minutes away from a well-known city called Borjomi, and this is pretty much my room where I will be staying for a few days, until I have to go back because I gotta deal with the business that we have going here. More on that later, but this is where we live, this is where my ancestors grew up, and we pretty much built a whole house on this land. Moving forward, I wanna take it upon myself to keep taking care of this property and bring it up to modern standards and beyond, which by the way is really time consuming. It requires a lot of attention and a lot of money, which has been our biggest worry the past few years. But I really love this place and I always feel really safe and welcomed whenever I come here. I spent a good portion of my childhood when this house was just bare bones, just walls and floor, and maybe a single room where we ate and slept. Fast forward about 20 to 30 years. I'm 31 now, by the way. And I think I can already say that we have pretty much made it. We have put an enormous amount of effort to make this into what it is. We slowly added one room after another, literally did every single bit that had anything to do with the house on our own. Wish I had photos or videos to show you guys what it was like back then, but I didn't even own a camera or let alone a simple phone just to take a single picture. I will give you guys a tour of this house really soon. But for now, let's go back to the PC setup that we have going here and see if we can play any games on it. Let's start with Bloons TD6. This was actually one of the few games that I was able to play on this PC. I just enjoy tower defense games in general, and since this PC is too weak to play most 3D games anyway, I decided to pop some Bloons instead. Or at least that was the idea, because the internet speed here was just way too slow. I kept dropping out of the game every minute, which was not only annoying to me, but to my teammates as well. So I decided to play some Command & Conquer instead. It's an offline game after all, so even when the internet was being really unstable at times, I was still able to play it without a problem. I actually played this game a lot in early 2000s, and there were so many things that I didn't know or just didn't understand as a kid. Now, all of that might feel really easy and obvious when you look at it as an adult, but it's a whole another experience when you go into a game as a kid and not have all of your enjoyment spoiled by thousands of guides and tutorials on the internet. The gaming was just way different back then. It felt like an adventure. But now, because of how much info there is on the internet, it's nearly impossible to keep yourself spoiler free, especially if you wanna play an old game. Speaking of which, I've also been playing a lot of Heroes of Might and Magic 5. This is my favorite expansion or series of expansions from the whole franchise, because the 5th series of the game actually has like 3 separate expansions. And I know that a lot of people actually prefer the 3rd expansion of the game, but I never got into it back then and I like it even less right now. So yeah, I've basically spent most of my free time while I was staying in the village playing Heroes of Might and Magic 5 for God knows how manyth time already. I've also been playing a bit of Backpack Battles. It's a really fun game and I'm glad that I was able to play it on this very budget PC. Galaxy Life is another easy to run game that I've been playing these days. It's like Clash of Clans but a bit different. I don't do a whole lot here anymore, but before this game migrated to Steam, I basically had everything fully upgraded. Nowadays, I only play it with a single base. It is extremely difficult to reach the high starbase level without any colonies, and I think I'm the only person in the whole game that has actually pulled it off. The last game that I wanna show you guys is Space Rangers HD: A War Apart. I've been playing this game since early 2000s, and this is basically a remastered version of it. It has many genres in it, like RTS, space battles, reading related quests, open world interactions, and much more. Feels like it would be a mess to have this many genres in a single game, but it's actually the most entertaining game that I have ever played. If you guys ever wanna invest a lot of time into a single game, do check this one out. Guides might ruin it, so make sure you guys go into it with zero knowledge. And this concludes the gaming benchmarks. I honestly wanna show you guys so much more, but I'm just extremely limited on time. I'm basically trying to manage 2 businesses at once full time, plus do content for you guys, which I really enjoy by the way. Making videos is my most favorite hobby, but I can only do so much all at once. I will try to record as much content as possible on my free time, but for now, this is all I have to offer. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.